Hi everybody!
It feels like we haven't had a bad year of gaming since 2020. Each subsequent year has been amazing in terms of new games to play. If you love JRPGs, then 2023 is shaping up to be one of the best years of all time. In this video, I'll explore why that is, and maybe I'll uncover some hidden gems for you. With that out of the way, let's get into it. January is usually one of the slowest months for new game releases. This is mostly down to the holiday season being over and people being strapped for cash. However, that month alone we got 3 pretty good JRPGs. The first JRPG of the year was One Piece Odyssey, a game I mentioned in my list video on games I was excited for this year. Check that one out when you're done with this one. It released to mostly favorable reviews and features turn-based combat. When it goes on sale, I'm picking it up so I can review it, so keep your eyes peeled for that one. A couple of weeks later, JRPG fans were treated to yet another re-release of Persona 3 Portable and Persona 4 Golden, 2 of the most venerable and beloved JRPGs of all time. Needless to say, that is a damn strong start. That same week also saw Fire Emblem Engage released for Nintendo Switch owners, another well-liked game. I hope to play it soon. February was also a strong month off the back of Disgaea 7 alone. For right now, only Japanese audiences have access to it, but NIS will be localizing it for Western audiences in late 2023, so that's something to look forward to. The late to middle portion of February was strong too. From the 17th through 24th, we saw releases like Tales of Symphonia Remastered, Like a Dragon Ishin, Octopath Traveler 2, plus the launch of Digimon World Next Order for the PC and Nintendo Switch. Of those games, I've managed to play Octopath Traveler 2, which I liked. I know I'd like Symphonia and Like a Dragon Ishin. Digimon World Next Order I've played previously on the PlayStation 4 and I'd recommend it. If you've seen my previous video on why this year is Falcom's year, you'll know why I'm so bloody excited. In the middle of March, The Legend of Heroes Trails to Azure launched. Of all the games launching this year, this was one of the ones I was most excited to play, and I have to say the game has not disappointed in the slightest, and I understand why Trails fans consider it at or near the top of what the franchise can produce. A review of the Crossbell duology will be coming at some point in the future.
Alright, now listen up here, maggot. People are getting bored. They are tired of listening to you gush over Trails. Let's get a move on. You are boring them to hell. Now, let's keep it going.
I've been told by my editor I should move this show along, so March remained rather strong. It saw Ni no Kuni 2 get a port to Xbox consoles and Atelier Ryza 3 launch. Those are definitely games I'll have to visit at some point, as I did love the first Ni no Kuni, and I am invested in Atelier Ryza at this point. Want my thoughts on that? Check out my review for it at some point. Beyond that, March didn't have any other big JRPGs of note. April did have a great game launch, which we're talking about next. Thanks to Square Enix, I was able to check out Live Alive. I do have an initial impressions video released on that. I have to say it's one of the best games I've ever played. The PlayStation and Windows release of this title was enough to make 2023 one of the strongest years in recent memory for me. I can see why Nintendo fans were touting this game as so great last year. Japanese fans were also eating good as they got a Switch port of Ys Memories Oath and Valgana, widely considered one of the best games the franchise has to offer. Hopefully that will come out on more platforms in the future and in the West. The rest of April was quiet, and there's not much of note for May. However, June is going to be a gigantic month off the back of another Square title. It's safe to say every fucking weeb on the internet is collectively losing their goddamn minds over this one. First shown off during the PlayStation 5 showcase in September of 2020, Final Fantasy XVI is a timed exclusive for the platform, and it's absolutely gorgeous. I'm excited for it because of it featuring combat designed by Ryota Suzuki, the man who helped out with the combat in Devil May Cry 5. Yeah, this game is going to break the curse of why I disliked Final Fantasy XV and to a lesser extent couldn't get on with Final Fantasy VII Remake's combat. They've both felt clunky to me. June is also notable for the Nintendo Switch port of Tokyo Xanadu, but let's face it, only dedicated Falcom fans are going to care about that one. July, which happens to be my birth month, is going to be an absolute thrill if you're into JRPGs. The more casual JRPG enthusiasts will probably still be grinding away at Final Fantasy XVI. But for those looking for something a little more contrarian, we'll be diving into The Legend of Heroes Trails into Reverie and the Atelier Marie remake. I've applied for a review code for Atelier Marie, so hopefully I'll get that one. As for Trails into Reverie, that is likely going to be my game of the year. If something supplants it, I will be very much surprised. However, that did happen last year with the King of Fighters 15 supplanting Trails from Zero. Clearly, 2023 has a ton of excellent games, but I thought I'd focus on just the JRPGs in this video. In all honesty, this year might be one of the best years in gaming ever. I know I'm excited either way and can't wait to dive into these strange new worlds and relax with some old favorites. But are there any JRPGs I missed you think are going to be really good? Let me know in the comments. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe. 2 of my previous videos will be popping up on screen now. One is a list video about the games I'm excited for this year, and the other is my review for Atelier Ryza. Why not check those out? Until next time, keep blazing that trail.